This is a reduced copy of the ship photograph, devoid of the rest of the squadron. And if you recall, and looking down right here, you can see that we had a mask, and I have the mask X'd out so that it's not visible. If I push the select key and click on it, the mask is activated. If I push the select key and push on it again, it turns it off. So select, press, there's the sky that I replaced it with. And that sky was this picture that was taken at sea at sunset, and gives us a nice dramatic sky, but not really in keeping with the water of the ship as it sat in the harbor. So the sky and the sea are in conflict in this particular picture. So what we're going to do is put in a new sky. And if we look at this image here and we check its size real quick, and its image size is 1280 by 800. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to open a new image of a sky, and I've got a sky right here that'll probably do the job. And we open it up because it was a raw file. It's going to come into Adobe Camera Raw. And looking at this, what do we need to do? Well, one of the things we probably need to do is to rotate it and flatten the horizon. And we do that with this control up here. We use the crop tool, and when we get in here, we can rotate the picture back and forth. So having said that, we're going to continue to march on, and we're looking at this, and what we want to do is adjust the color. The easiest way to adjust the color is with the temperature slider and the tint slider. If we move this to the left, it's going to get to be more bluish. If we move it to the right, it's going to get to be more yellowish and warm. For that sea we had, it's kind of a palish sky, so maybe we'll put it there. And the tints go from a green tint to a warm magenta kind of a color, and maybe somewhere in there. So whatever you want, you can set the color here. You can also set the color of the image with these sliders in here to adjust the individual colors so that you get the color of the sky that you want. So going back to our original image, we're here, and what we want to do now is get the lighter sky at the bottom and darker to the top. We're going to do that with the gradient tool, and we're going to push the shift key down. Let's see, gradient tool. Right here, I'm going to push the shift key down to help keep it straight, and you can see I'm lightening that sucker right up. I want to take it all the way to the top. If I bring it down here, the color up in here is the darkest hue. If I were to bring the bottom up, like into here, the bottom would all be the lightest, and there would be a change from fully exposed to fully hidden down through this gradient. So I'm just going to be probably about there. Yeah, so that gives me a nice gradient of the sky. And I'll pick this on up. So I'm gradienting the sky. I'm going to say that's done. So now it loads back into Photoshop. And we'll get rid of the advertisement here. So there's our sky. Blown out to the bottom, dark to dark blue at night. Once again, I could have changed that any way that I wanted to. But this gives us a good working example. I'm going to check the image size right now. And so this is 5721 by 37. That we know is not going to fit our other image, so let's go ahead and bring it more in keeping. So that should do that. I'm going to select all, and I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back to my ship program or picture, and I'm going to paste, and my sky went back in. Now notice that my sky is not quite what I want it to be. So let's go back to our sky here. Let's go to Edit, Transform, and what I'm going to do is, I think I'll just scale it. That's the easiest way. And I'm just going to make my sky a little bit bigger. Okay. So I'll hit enter to accept that. So there's the sky. There's the ship on top of the sky. Now, if I don't like where the sky is sitting, I can make it active. I can use my move tool and click on it, and I can raise the sky. Probably don't want to have the trees in there. But there, I've moved the sky around. It goes from light to dark. You're going to change the amount of each of those without any problem. So that should give you a good way to handle this thing. So let me know how it works out for you.